Welcome everyone. We are going to extend our tool today to add two things. First, we will add a search agent. So we'll be able to ask a question or like that requires a web search, and then add a file saving tool that we'll be using to create code and save into your file basically. So for that, let's do one thing first. So these things, let's put all of these in a common file. So let's do that. Save config and load config. That's the two we need, I think. Yeah. And then put them in a file. Okay. So new paste. Okay, let's save it as a Python file. W. Common.py. It's in there. Okay. So that's that. And then in the CLI py, this one, we should probably remove these two. Let's remove okay, so let's just remove these. And I'm not sure if I'm using config in here. Oh, config file name. Okay. App name and config file name. So we only need it for these. For that, let's do this. Inside. Actually, no. Small is good. To get I guess config file name maybe. Okay, so get config file name, this is our name, and then go to there and get config file name. Just return that one. Return config file. Okay, so that's actually a file, not name. So let's just put. Okay, so config file there. Save it, and then here return remove that name thingy, and it should still work given that we import this, and then we don't need that. These two, we don't need that. Okay, so click, and then from common import everything. Actually, not everything, is just import get config file, save config, load config, and get config. No, that one. Get config file. Okay, so that's that. Okay, let's try. Uh, let's put a date in here. Just to show when I was doing this. Poetry install. Okay. Poetry lock. And then install. And then IQ show config should still work. Okay. So that's basically it. And then all right, so now what you can do, we have the configuration saved in there. We create a new file, new slash there, and say main or agent. I just say main py. Okay. In here, what we want to do, so we'll be using the small agent. So let's do that. In my project, okay. Let's close those things. Okay, all right, not that. Let's open this one. And in Pipe project, I have just started to use Vim, and it's not really. I'm not really that good yet. I'm not good at all. So let's install. Let's see. Small agents. I think that's how it is. 1.10. Okay. So this one. MOL NPS. Let's just put this one first and then paste it. Okay. And then let's see if it will still install correctly. Poetry lock and poetry install. Okay, install small agents. Okay, good. 1.19.0. Okay, so some of the things. Okay, let's just put 1.19.0 then. Okay, so okay, and then let's go to here and then create a new file. Okay, new Clideq main.py. Why it goes there? Okay, first let import the stuff we need. So first thing we need is the small agent itself. Import MOL Okay, so instead of small agents, so let's import something like that from MOL small agents dot agents import tool calling agent and okay, yeah, tool calling agent, and then from small agents import. So we'll be using OpenAI. So first let's agent the tool, then OpenAI server model. We'll be adding more, but let's just use OpenAI server model now. And then another one we know you need is search tool. So let's use DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo search tool. Why it is not? Okay, so these three, and then I think we can. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. Okay, let's define our main function. Okay, so first thing is what we want to do is define our few of the things, like we need a manager model. So this is small agent stuff. So manager model we'll be defining as like this OpenAI server model that we have. OpenAI server model, this one. OpenAI server model, and then that has it's not showing the thing. We need model ID. So let's set model ID equal to say okay, so let's say model name we just define here. Model name equals so what we should do is we just get config from there. Okay, let's see. Instead of doing that, we just do this. Config equal to get config. Okay, from common import. Okay, load config. Okay, so model name would be basically nfig so config model name. That's how do we do that? Okay, so this one, okay, let's just look at the command file. I think that's going to be it. Where is that file? Not that one. I think it's in the CLI. Okay, so yeah, this is a model name, API key, and endpoint URL. These three. All right, model name. Okay, and that is model ID, and then we need few more things, and the API base. So I should put probably like API base first. API base equal to config, I forgot what is endpoint URL, I think. Okay, and then secret key is API key equal to basically assign config. Okay, so that's that, and then we can finish it here. Okay, so we get from here we okay, so API key is API key. So we just put it in there. How do we paste here? Anyway, API key, and then here we want endpoint URL. Endpoint underscore URL. Okay, so our manager model is created, and then we'll need an agent model. Basically, an agent will be tool calling agent. Tool calling agent, and then that is that requires all the tools. Let's say tools. Tools will be that, so it's an array. So DuckDuckGo search module. Okay, so for now we just put one, and then we need a model. Manager model. Just put manager model in there. Okay, so here. Okay, so that's okay. Let's use this pattern better. Okay, so let's say user prompt equal say give me stock exchange for last week. Okay, this is our user prompt, and then we have a system prompt, basically like that. Prompt equals say you are a AI agent that can use tools so this is DuckDuckGo search tool. So this one we just want okay. This one I just put here. Okay, so now to the search tool and answer user query. That's basically it. And then user request, you just put user request. Just put like that. Let's just put, and then put that user prompt. Okay, so this is our prompt, and then what we can do, response, you want to agent dot run, and just put the prompt, and let's print it. Okay, so if we do that, let's see. Okay, so here, okay, so in CLI, what we can do, if there is no, okay, from main, import main. Okay, so okay, let's do this. Import main, and then here do this main dot main. All right, so if there is nothing, so it will just call that one. Okay, let's see if it will install and then do stuff. I do not know what happened to this poetry log file. Okay, so if we do just this, no module name, okay, of course. So we have to actually do this import. Let's start. I do not want to put that one there. Let's start. And then we go to main, and then let's do start. Okay, so poetry install again. Cannot import DuckDuckGo search tool. Okay, interesting. And DuckDuckGo search tool is inside small agents. Why it cannot install DuckDuckGo search tool? Let's see the spelling. Oh, okay, so it was a spell mistake. And this is the one. Okay, and DuckDuckGo, come on. I think it just okay, so just install and then do this. Okay, so it's running now. Open a server model. It looks like the query is not fully specified. So why what is the query? The prompt. Okay, so maybe I have to do like this. Oh, here. Okay. So just I actually put yeah, because this was not. I don't need instructions for now. I'll okay. So user prompts sounds like that. Okay, and then install again, and then do that. Okay. Web search is doing that. Oh, it's going through rate limit. Okay. Okay. So it yeah, final answer is error summary. So it's working now. Um. Hmm. Yes. This is pretty simple stuff. So let's create another one. Let's create a tool, file saving tool, basically. So instead of like writing from scratch, I'll just copy from my previous video, one of the previous video, where I was creating uh, the tool for the first time. So let's just paste it here. Okay. File saver tool and file loader tool. So we have the two of these. So these can now load and save. So let's look at this how it is. So we are subclassing from the tool class. So it's in the small agent, and then we need the name, description, inputs, and our this is basically opening a file and just saving it. Then load is the same thing. Yeah. Okay. So now what we do is we just do this file loader tool, file loader tool, and then file saving tool, file saver tool. Okay. Okay, like the tool, file saver tool, file loader tool, etc. and answer user query. So what I want to do is I ask it to write some code. So install. Okay, now IQ. Okay, let's change the input here. Just make it like input. Maybe like that. Okay, so let's take an input from user instead of actually hard coding it. Okay, install it and then do that. Okay, so write a program to calculate first 100 prime numbers in Python and save it in prime.py. So that's basically it, prime number. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's see that prime.py is there. Okay, so this is our prime. It wrote it, I think. Yeah, it's not efficient, but it's so we can ask it to do something else. So that's basically it. We have our two tools. One is just for file loading, and another is for file saving. So file load is just given the file name, we just read it and then return. And file saving is just open the file in write mode, write it and return. And then we give some description, a tool that so this is the file name and text, and saves it to these things. And then we have file name and file parameters, all these things are there, output type. Yeah, so basically this one can now search the web using DuckDuckGo, and then can like write programs, save files and stuff like that. So yeah, that is all we want now. Let's just see, is there anything that we need to, yeah, let's remove prime, and we want all of these things. Yes, added as in that those an key agent tool actually can search web, and then and write code by using the newly created subload tools. Okay, so that is basically it. Yeah, so this is part 3, and hope you liked it, and then next time we'll add some more tools. We will probably add like file diff tool, file search tool, all those things, so we can yeah, so the code can be read and then modified, stuff like that. See you until then.